If you have been following the consumer 3D printer market for a while, you will have noticed a pattern. Over the past few years, the industry has been iterating in a few predictable directions. Quieter operation, better usability, then faster speeds, larger build volumes, and more colors. But honestly, as solid as these improvements are, they always feel like they are missing a real sense of disruption, the kind that make you sit up and take notice. The Top.E.R1, however, is a different story. This is an enclosed FDM printer that packs in 5-axis motion, AI-powered modeling, and 4-color printing. And right from the start, the positioning is unusually, this machine is aimed at everyday home users. Let's begin with the design. At first glance, the R1 doesn't look like a 3D printer at all. It feels more like a premium home appliance, the kind of a high-end coffee machine or air purifier that sits in a well-designed living room. This is entirely intentional. Top.E has never positioned this machine as a tinkler's toy. It was to create a device that blends into a modern home, which is why you won't find any exposed aluminum extrusions, externally mounted spool holders, or messy cables. The integration is tight and the overall build is strong. The machine stands 750 mm tall, set it on a desk, and it towers over the vast majority of consumer printers on the market. Its physical presence is undeniable. The body is fully enclosed, wrapped in black acrylic panels with a clean finish. On the front, there's a high-definition touchscreen that feels responsive and sharp. On both sides, you can see built-in speaker grills. On the demo unit I have, the voice functionality isn't live yet, but the hardware cutouts are already there. The top of the machine is where things get interesting. 4 spools are laid flat across the roof of the printer, lined up neatly in a row. The trade-off, of course, is the increased overall height. If you're planning to tuck this into a low shelf, you will want to measure your space first. As for build volume, the R1 offers a generous 350 by 340 by 320 mm. In the desktop FDM category, that firmly put it in the large format tier. You can print a full-size helmet model in one piece without having to split it into parts. The hot end maxes out at 350 degrees Celsius. The heated bed reaches 100 degrees Celsius, and the machine features an actively heated chamber that holds 60 degrees Celsius. That thermal configuration translates into a genuinely wide material compatibility. It's not just a PLA and a PETG, ABS, PC, PA, and even fiber-reinforced engineering plastics like a PPA, CF, and GF are all within this machine's comfort zone. For anyone who needs functional parts rather than just decorative prints, that's a big deal. Traditional FDM printers operate on just a 3-axis, X, Y, and Z, which means models can only be printed flat, stacked layer by horizontal layer. The R1 takes a different approach. By placing 3 independently driven Z-axis motors beneath the heated bed, it enables dynamic tilting of the entire print platform with a maximum tilt angle of 17 degrees. During a print, the model is no longer confined to horizontal stacking. The platform adjusts its angle in real time based on the overhang geometry, effectively allowing the print head to extrude at an optimal orientation relative to the parts. Objectively speaking, a 17-degree tilt angle still falls short of what you call a true 5-axis in an industrial sense. But paired with the Top.E's in-house slicing software, the R1 can theoretically push the support-free overhand angle all the way to 62 degrees. In practical terms, that means many overhang features that previously couldn't be printed without support can now be formed directly. I ran a test model with an overhang to put this to the test. After hitting start, the levering routine was the first thing that grabbed my attention, and it happens in 2 stages. Before any software calibration kicks in, the machine performs a mechanical bed levering using its 3 independent Z-axis motors. This is something you only get with a true triple Z-axis structure. The bed physically adjusts itself to correct for major deviations across such a large build plate. On a platform of this size, even tiny inconsistency can cause print failure, so having the hardware itself square things up On a platform of this size, even tiny inconsistency can cause print failures, so having the hardware itself square things up first makes a real difference. The motion offset is rated at less than 80 micrometers, which gives you a sense of precision they are targeting. Over on Reddit, quite a few users have pointed out that this is what real bad leveling should look like. Once the leveling was complete, the print started in earnest. On the R1, with platform tilting enabled, the number of supports dropped dramatically. When I lifted the model off the bed, the surface finish was already remarkably close to a finished state, with almost no sanding required. What you save here isn't just time, it's also filament and a lot of sanding patience. That said, a word of honest caution: if your day-to-day prints are mostly simple geometric shapes, storage boxes, phone stands, that sort of thing, you probably won't feel much benefit from the 5-axis system. The R1's value proposition really comes into focus when you are working with complex geometries. It's a machine for people who hate dealing with supports and care deeply about the surface quality right off the bat. If 5-axis is the R1's hardware level innovation, then the AI modeling capability is its most ambitious swing on the software experience side. The R1 comes with a built-in AI assistant for model generation. During our testing period, the system was powered by Tencent's Hunyuan and Triple's large models. That said, Top.E told us that they plan to keep elevating models from different providers, and whichever ones ends up delivering better results will be integrated into the machine down the line. So the whole process is refreshingly streamlined. The journey from I have an idea to the printer is working involves almost zero learning curve. I tried a handful of different prompts. How's the output quality? Let me put it this way. For toys and decorative pieces, it's more than adequate. But you shouldn't expect it to replace the detailed modeling work of a professional designer. The manufacturer is refreshingly upfront about this. AI generation is suitable for toys and decorative objects, not for precision parts. It will give you a lovely vase or a cute little figurine, but if you need a dimensionally accurate gear or a mechanical enclosure, you are still going to want to go through a proper CAD workflow. Personally, I think this is exactly where the R1 shows its intelligence. It's not trying to replace professional users. What it's doing is lowering the barrier to entry for non-professional users. There's one further point worth noting. The Top.E program may open up an API for this AI feature in the future. What that means in practice is if you're already a subscriber to Tencent Hunyuan or Triple with your own API quota, you will be able to link your account directly on the R1 and use your existing subscription to view the AI generation. That open approach turns the AI feature from a bundled trial into something that can actually slot into users' existing workflow in a creative tool chain. Okay, so looking at the R1 as a whole, what it delivers isn't an extreme breakthrough in any single parameter. Instead, it's the integration of a large build volume, engineering-grade material compatibility, 5-axis tilting, AI-powered modeling, and a multicolor printing, all wrapped in a unified, home-friendly chassis. It's not for makers only, but for the user who wants something they can just place at home and use, something that can print almost anything, and something that saves them from the constant headache of support structures. The R1 offers a genuinely image. It's not for makers only, but for the user who wants something they can just place at home and use, something that can print almost anything, and something that saves them from the constant headache of support structures. The R1 offers genuinely imaginative new choices. Okay, there's a link for you to know more about this machine. I'm Wilfeng from China. See you next time.